for the show and for the series, hopefully the series. We have one sponsor right now, and that's Tommy Gallagher's label, the Winners Have Scars label. We have a big logo here, we'll tell you about that. That whole Winners Have Scars thing is pretty interesting, we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to thank a couple of people just personally who are important to me, and then we'll talk a little bit more. There's two guys in my life that are really, really important to me. I think it's maybe it's a little self-serving for me to take the time to talk about myself and these two guys, but I want to do it anyway. I have two best friends that have been with me since I've been like in kindergarten. We come from Canarsie, a small little neighborhood in Brooklyn. And Sammy Ratig, just don't be shy. And Paul Vario, he's an actor. They've been my best buddies. During the time that I was away from boxing, they kept me close to the sport. My name, I said, is Rich Komissar. I'm really not new to boxing. I might be new to the scene now, but some of the guys here know me. You might even recognize my name because my dad was Stanley Komissar, and he was a very well-known guy in boxing in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s in New York, New Jersey. He knew Tommy Gallagher. They met in 1955, and my father passed away many years ago. But he was, late in life, he was the co-founder of the Starrett City Boxing Club in Brooklyn. He founded that with Jimmy O'Farrell, which is a legendary gym. And so some of you older guys might say, hey, that Komissar name is familiar. That's probably why. So, again, I'm new to the scene, but boxing is in my DNA. I was born and raised in it. My father apprenticed under Freddie Brown. Tommy's been a part of my life since before I was born. Tommy's the guy who told me that winners have scars when I was about 15 to 16 years old. So, you know, he's a very important part of my life too. Another guy in the room who's been very important to me, he's in the back, is Randy Gordon. He's the former commissioner of the New York State Athletic Commission. He's always been a guy like a mentor, like Tommy to me, a guy that I can go to. So thank you guys for just coming and supporting me. The company, RKO Boxing, Rich Komissar Promotions, Winners Have Scars, all intertwined. Tommy always tells me that it's all about the fighter. The fighter comes first. And this whole Winners Have Scars thing, we believe that a guy who's 11-4 can be a champion, or a guy who's 8-3 can be a champion. And Tommy's always believed in fighters who have some scars. It's always nice to have 10-0, 15-0 guy, 22-0 guy, and sometimes those guys are special. The business model that we're putting together is to hopefully put together a series that will be a platform for young fighters with a little bit of talent, with a lot of talent, with charisma, so they can help us make these small shows successful, work hard. We give them all the tools they need to go out and sell tickets and to build their own brand. It's about the fighter, man. I remember being an amateur fighter when I was a kid and going to the gym and going and doing the smokers, and my sons don't even know that I boxed because I don't have any pictures. But Ramon Santos was 2-0, or 0-2. He's got a poster. He'll be able to show his kid that in 50 years. It's all about these kids and their dreams, and we want to help them achieve their dreams. Regarding special fighters that come out of our series, we got that covered. Tommy Gallagher has contacts with every major promoter on the planet, especially the core 4 or 5. We know that, listen, Cedric Kushner's not here, but he's another guy that's been a very good friend of mine. Hey, Cedric. Hey. Cedric. Okay. Cedric's here. Okay. Oh, hi, Cedric. Oh, so I wanted to talk about Cedric. You know, a couple of years ago, I tell you how Tommy always tells me, winners have scars. I remember being 15, 16 years old, coming home from sleepaway camp, going to Tommy's gym, because my father wouldn't let me in his gym anymore, complaining that I didn't have no job, I didn't go to school, my arm was messed up and I couldn't be in the Golden Gloves, and he said, winners have scars. Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. So that's a pretty cool concept. But on the other side of the coin, Cedric Kushner took me and Sammy on the side 2 years ago, and he said, "You want to be a manager?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "If you don't see your fighter on HBO in 2 years or 3 years, keep your money in your pocket." So we know there's only 4 or 5 core promoters that we can get our fighters on HBO with. So where do we go? We got these guys that 11-4 who had some hiccups in their careers, 11-3, 8-3, and they're charismatic and they got some talent. They want to make a living. They want to achieve their dreams. And then we have these 9-0, 10-0, 16-0 kids, and if they don't sell their souls to the big promoters, they can't get on HBO. And how am I going to get my fighters on HBO? So I go to Tommy Gallagher, who knows everybody in the game. He's got a relationship with Lou DiBella that goes back a long time. Cedric Kushner and Tommy are very good friends. I believe that if something special comes out of our series, and we do identify, Tommy likes to use the word identify, a special talent, and we get an Adrian Broner, or we turn him and him and him into the next, Arturo Gatti, Tommy knows where to go with these kids. He knows where to go and how to bring them to the next level. On a personal level, I like to see Winners Have Scars find, with your help, if I do a good job, you'll help me find another sponsor. Maybe we'll land a TV deal. Tommy has contacts in Hollywood, or wherever those contacts are. Tommy's got contacts all over the place. So we have a little bit of a concept, and we hope we're going to do a good job. Speaking about Cedric Kushner may, like he says, he has a case of the shorts. He's not really on top of the scene in America no more, but he definitely is a major power broker in Europe, in South Africa, down under. We come up with a fighter that is European. I know who to go to there too. So I think we got a good little concept. I'm not afraid to work with the small promoters like myself. I have a really good relationship with the guys at Havoc Promotions. Those guys have been real good. They brought Santander here. They're not afraid to take chances on special fighters. The other guys in Brooklyn and Queens, Universal Boxing, those guys all came out of, those managers and trainers that are coming out of that group, all came out of Starrett City. I've known them all since I've been a teenager. I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be able to give these kids an opportunity to reach their dreams. And I think I'm going to, personally, I want to reach my dreams too. And I think we're going to do something special, but we're going to need your help. So when we do a show, we'll be nice to you. We'll buy you guys a hamburger and get you guys to come out to the press conferences. Just do whatever you can to help us get these kids, help them achieve their dreams. Like Tommy says, it's all about these young kids. Tommy's going to say a word or two, and then we're going to introduce the fighters.
Hi, everybody. The concept, we just made a couple of deals with a new site, which we can't speak about just yet because we weren't able to sign the contract yet. It'll be a show a month in the city here, one in the city, one in Brooklyn, and we ain't going to Jersey no more, so forget Jersey. We've identified 80 fighters that don't get the shot that they should deserve. When I was a kid, with the fighters I was involved with, fighters had 10, 15, the greatest fighters in the world. Emil Griffith had 20 losses. And it's not about losing, it's about getting the opportunity. So what we're doing is that we've structured this company to go after the guy who nobody cares about that can fight. And putting a guy who's 0-4 against a guy who's 0-4 probably be fight of the year. But nobody cares about that. So that's the concept. It's going to be Brooklyn and Manhattan, the two locations. And we have a tentative location at Aqueduct. I did shows in Aqueduct from 2001, 2003, 2004. If we do that deal, it'll be a small 20 million cable show, and everybody will get a shot. It's as long as you want to do this, as long as these kids want to fight, they'll have that opportunity. If their record is 0-90, it's not important. And we're going to treat each one like the main event. They're going to contribute, and also we're going to profit share with them in a sense. They go out and hustle for themselves, which is good. They'll profit share on what they bring into to the company. So that's basically it. It's not a new concept. It's a concept that's been out. Madison Square Garden was like that in the 50s and 40s and 60s. If you wanted to fight, you got the opportunity. So that's what we're doing. We're hoping that we develop a couple of stars out of here for themselves, and we're going to the next level. And we appreciate everybody coming, and we'll see you on Thursday, and Richie will take over from here. Thank you.
I just want to, clear the record. I live in New Jersey, and I love New Jersey, and we're not giving up on New Jersey. New Jersey Athletic Commission was wonderful. They,
Excuse me, Rich. Excuse me. Why don't you let them have the form that the fighters have to fill out?
Where they want to fight?
When was the last time you had unprotected sex?
Yeah, New
Everybody
Jersey's tough.
No.
New Jersey.
We ain't going to Jersey.
Well, I got to tell you, New Jersey Athletic Commission is keeping us honest because they're making the fighters fight each other, but they don't really allow, great record against bad records. Okay, Tom. We'll go on to the next thing. I'd like to introduce the fighters. Every single guy here is important to us. There's nobody here that's more important to me than the next guy. But I'm going to do it because we're in an Irish bar, so we're going to give Danny McDermott his props. No, you're not Danny McDermott.
No, really?
No, yeah.
I think you are.
Danny, he's coming off 2 losses. Danny had stumbling block in his career, personal situations that maybe he thought was holding him back. Tommy saw him in a loser decision last February 19th. Tommy said to me, "That kid can fight. I'd like to talk to that kid." And I don't know what happened. I think Danny may be a little shy or whatever it may be, but it took a little time for him to get and meet with Tommy. And in the last 6 or 7 weeks, Tommy tells me that all of this guy's dreams can come true. He has to believe in himself. He's doing a great job with Tommy. They're like 2 sons, father and son, or whatever you call that. They get along real good. Tommy and him joke with each other. It's the perfect relationship that I see Tommy has with some of his other fighters. And I think Danny's going to do real well. He's fighting Brian Abraham, whose 5 wins, 9 losses are very deceiving. All of Brian's wins have been by knockout. He's beat some undefeated prospects, and Danny don't care. And so if Danny don't care, why should we care? He's going to go in there and he's going to beat Brian Abraham. Go tell these people what they're all about.
I just want to thank Tommy Gallagher and Rich Komissar for taking a chance on me. I'm looking forward to fighting on Thursday. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Most of the people in here that have seen me fight, they know what I'm about. They know I'm all about fighting, getting dirty, and throwing punches. It's what I do. When you fight, you fight. And Thursday night is going to be a tough fight. I'm not taking this kid lightly. On paper, he's 5-9. All five of his wins are knockouts from undefeated kids. So I'm not taking him lightly at all, and I'm looking forward to putting on a great show for you guys, like I always do. And you're gonna see nothing less of me. So I'll be looking for you guys out there, support, and thank you very much.
Floriano Pagliata. There's no Y in the Italian dictionary. Floriano's 11-4. He came to America. His English isn't so good.
Yes, it is.
But he came to America after a loss. He was living near Naples. He came there 2.5 years ago, and he fought the best. I mean, he's fought some good guys, including Danny McDermott. If you look at their records, they had a war about 1.5 years ago, and they became friends. Typical Gotti Ward situation. They went to war and became great friends. And I love it. That's what's great about boxing. So Floriano is the Mediterranean IBF lightweight champion. And when he came to America, 2 little stumbling blocks in his life.